Good morning, everyone. It's Amy with Mama Bear Blue. Welcome. We are here. It's Monday, and it's Mondays with Mom, and I'm here with Mom.
Debbie.
Her name is Debbie.
That's my name.
So if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. We're also live in the Painted Soul Creative Journey group. So if you can give us a thumbs up and share the video out, we would greatly appreciate that. I'm just going to check it on my own Facebook page and double check our sound like I always do. So give me just a minute. There we are. I hear sound.
That's good.
I charged my Rode mic set last night and just plugged it in and noticed there's still no charge on the receiver. So hopefully it doesn't go out. I'm going to keep this on kind of low so I can still hear it, so I'll know. But if the sound goes bad or something, just let us know. But all right. Well, welcome. We are going to, and also be sure to ask questions and leave comments, and we will talk to you guys. It says you're on there, Mom.
I'm on there?
It's because we're on your phone. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, your phone's on there.
Okay.
Okay, so today I had an idea that we'd use up some glass jars that Mom actually gave me, some small ones. Well, I think these actually may have come from Hobby Lobby. These two, yeah, with the corks inside, just small glass jars. And then Mom gave me some spice jars, and I'm not sure what that was, but
that was a spice jar.
Both of them? Mm-hmm. Some spice jars. I've already painted these up because I've stepped this first part of the project out for you guys. We're going to use IOD molds, DIY paint on the glass, and make some little bud vases. I think they're really cute. Yeah. So I've kind of stepped that out because it is, if you do this at home, you will need to when you glue on your molds, you'll have to let them dry overnight. So you can paint them the next day without them moving around. But then I went up and saw my blue pot, my blue and white. It's kind of that Chinoiserie look, which I love, and I think this is really pretty for summer. Mm-hmm. The blue and white porcelain look. So we're going to recreate this look with DIY paint and some IOD stamps. So I think this will be fun, and you'll be able to use the same technique on wood or on glass. Mom's actually painting, it's pretty much done, isn't it?
Yeah.
A 6x6 wooden planter box, and then she's going to start painting on the glass. So DIY paint is an all-natural clay-based paint, and it adheres to any surface. So metal, glass, wood, any of that. So when it's a slick surface like this, it may need an extra coat, but it does really well. So if you want to start painting this, Mom, while I'm showing them the steps on this,
yeah,
we'll put this up here. Just want to make sure we're not losing sound. And I'll let you get started on putting coats on.
White or what?
Yeah, paint it all white. Probably you're going to need the heat gun on that to get that sticker off, or just paint it later. We won't worry about the bottom today.
I'll get it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you a close-up of the look I'm talking about. So I think you guys know that pretty blue and white porcelain chinoiserie type look. We're going to recreate it. That's my African violet I've had for a while. Okay, so let's talk. I'm going to move this over because this will be part of what I do on what you're doing there. So let's talk about this. So all I did was paint the little glass jar.
This isn't working.
It's not working? Just don't worry about it. We'll get it later because I'm not worried about the bottom. I just want to show them how to paint the sides and stuff. Okay. So,
sorry, I have
that's okay. I painted this in kind of a little-known DIY paint color. I don't know if you guys know it, but there's a paint color that's not advertised too much, but I can still get it, and it's called Petal Pusher, and it's a really pretty blue. It's almost like a cornflower blue, yeah, just a little bit darker than a cornflower blue. So I painted up these jars. This one has 2 coats on it. It's still drying just a little, but I'm going to show you guys how to make the molds that are going to go on this.
So this is white?
Yes, white swan. Okay. Yep, so I'm using the IOD air dry clay. Hello, Susie. I love blue and white too. It's one of my favorites. It's so pretty and fresh and good for summer, and it's good. I think it goes well in coastal decor. Really anything. So I'm using the IOD air dry clay. I'm always careful to double wrap it in some press and seal, which is one of my favorite things for just about everything. Putting on my wet paint, putting on my wet paint brushes. And then I also put it in a resealable bag so that it stays nice and fresh and doesn't get dried out. So this has stayed really soft. So I'm just going to pull off a piece of this air dry clay. And again, all of the products I'm using here today, you can find on my website, aimeemamabearblue.com. And if you are local to the central Indiana area, I have a booth at Southport Antique Mall in Southport and also Farm Girl Mercantile in Franklin, Indiana. So those are my booths. But I ship nationwide. So if you aren't local and are interested in any of the products, check that out on aimeemamabearblue.com. So when I'm using the air dry clay in the Iron Orca Designs molds, these are silicone molds with tons of detail, super pretty. I just like to brush, and it's suggested that we do this, a little bit of cornstarch, just with a kind of a fluffy artist brush. It's like you're flouring a pan. And I love this mold. It's called Primitive. And it's got lots of folk art type molds on it. And they have really pretty tiny little flowers. So that's why I chose this one today. And so the one I'm getting ready to put them on is actually a little larger. We got a little more surface area. So I might do a couple small flowers and then this medium flower. And you don't need a ton of the cornstarch, just a little bit. And that will help the clay release from the mold. Let's see, let's do this one too. If you have any questions or you're watching on the replay, be sure to let me know. Good morning, Paula. How are you doing? Waylon is really busy over there. I think he's hungry because he went back on his diet.
Oh, he's sniffing around.
He's gained about 6 pounds over the past year that we had lost before.
Yeah. And then he found it, right?
Yeah, so he's not getting as much food, and he's looking for anything he can find. Okay, so I just press the mold or the clay into the mold with my thumb, and then I use the edge of my thumb to scrape it off onto the little. There's a little rim around each image, and it helps to cut that clay off.
Right.
It makes it really easy. Whoa, that one came right out. Cornstarch did its job. All right. And this tiny little, how you doing? It probably is going to have to be dried in between each. For sure it is. Yeah, because it's going to take too long. So that first coat on the glass is kind of like your tack coat, and it'll give the next coat something to grab onto, but you want to make sure that it is dry. Either let it air dry over time or use a heat gun. Be careful. I'm going to put this back in here and seal it. Go ahead and seal it so I don't forget. Did everyone have a good weekend? It was so pretty here. A little chilly, but very pretty. Yeah, it was good. We were busy, but it was a good weekend. Okay, so those are ready. It's kind of like, when you were a kid playing with Play-Doh. And you just turn it over and roll it right out. This little guy's a little stickier. Here we go. There we are. Okay, so we have our 3 little molded images here of flowers.
Paula says she's going to Cincinnati.
You are?
To visit her.
Oh, good, Paula. We are headed to Texas this week, so we won't have a live next Monday because I'll be out of town, but we'll be back in 2 weeks for another live. And my husband has been very kind to be uploading these lives onto our Facebook or onto our YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
So Mom's on YouTube now. But I've been getting some good comments on that from people on YouTube. Some people just don't do Facebook, and so.
Yeah.
Okay, I painted this in. This one has actually 3 coats. Thank you, Karen. 3 coats of Pedal Pusher. So we're going to go ahead now and glue our molds on, and I like to use Type Bond Quick and Thick for just about everything. It's a really good glue. It does really well with this clay. It's really thick, so that's why I can't get it out of the nozzle when it gets to be a little old.
You need to keep a needle or something.
Yeah, well, it doesn't clog up. It's just so thick that after a while it doesn't seem to want to come out when there's not much left. So I use a little popsicle stick. And this is kind of nice because it allows you to spread it on. And you want to make sure that when you put the glue on, you want to go all over and make sure you're getting your edges too, because those edges are important for sticking down on your project. I've got my wet rag here. Alright, I didn't really look ahead to kind of see how I wanted to arrange this. So, alright. That's good. Okay. So, when you set it down with the glue, and then you want to just really lightly make sure that you have good adhesion all the way around the clay. But you don't want to press so hard that you're marring up the pretty image and detail of your flower. So this glue is really good. If you just make sure that your edges are down, it's going to do great.
Those little flowers are cute. I
know, aren't they? That primitive mold is just, it's fun. It's kind of like a folk art look, and it pairs really well with the stamp from IOD that is called Pennsylvania Folk. That's one of the stamps, but it pairs really well with the mold called Primitive. They make some of their stamps and molds to kind of coordinate with each other.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear somebody crunching something.
No.
Okay. Got that on there. And then when I get these glued on, I will give you guys a close-up. What is he doing?
I don't know. Just make sure it's not done.
Okay, so this is the last one. And then I'll also show you the one. Is he chewing up someone's painting again?
No, it's a pen.
Oh.
A Sharpie.
Oh.
Where did he get that?
Who knows? Okay. All right, these are on. So I'm just going to set that aside and let it dry. And then tomorrow I will be able to just paint over that with another coat of blue. So here, I'll show you, like, this is ready. So this was glued yesterday. Here, let me show you this one that's going to be drying till tomorrow. Okay, and then this I did last night, and that same primitive mold has really cute little leaves like that. So, let's go ahead and get some of the petal pusher, that pretty cornflower blue that the jar is painted with, and go ahead and paint the whole thing. And this clay has had about a day, well, no, probably 12 or 15 hours to dry. So I'm going to be a little gentle with the brush, but it's already starting to harden and set up, so I'm not really worried about destroying any detail that is on the mold. And you'll probably, if you use a brush, which I'm sure you will, to paint on your coats on the glass, you will have some brush strokes. You doing okay?
Yeah, I have brush strokes.
That's okay. I want brush strokes.
Okay.
Because when I go to wax this,
it goes into
it goes into the little cracks of the brush strokes, and I really like that look. Sometime we need to try this with the cottage color paint, the self-leveling paint.
Yeah.
That turns out really smooth. If you guys saw my recent pictures from our bench and our purple storage box that we did last week, it is so smooth. There's just no brush strokes.
Yeah.
Because it is different. It's got a built-in top coat and it's self-leveling. That's the DIY paint cottage colors. So I make sure that I'm kind of dabbing it into all those areas. They're a little deeper that stay white. But if you don't get full coverage on this, it's okay, because the plan is to go in with clear wax and white wax. So it's not really going to be noticeable if a little bit of the white clay is showing through there. Okay, I'm going to set that aside to dry. Some edges that need a little more.
Get in the cracks.
Yeah, yeah. So, here we are with the one that is ready to go. Isn't that cute?
Yes.
So this one was done yesterday. I finished painting it this morning, and this is what I'm going to clear wax and white wax. So whenever I use a colored wax, how many coats you got on there, Mom?
2.
I think I need one more.
Okay.
Only because I can see through a little bit of the glass. Just one more coat.
Okay.
Clear wax first before you use any kind of colored wax, and that really helps you to be able to control the white layer of wax. So I like to use, on little projects like this with a lot of little detail, I like to use the JRV stencil brushes. So it's just dipping into my clear wax. This is DIY Paints Clear. It is my absolute favorite wax. I've tried several, and it's just good stuff. Super soft, no weird smells. None of the DIY paint products stink.
No.
You can use them inside.
Yeah.
So I'm just lightly tapping in around the images here with the clear wax. And when you do clear wax DIY paint, it's going to bring back the pretty vibrant color of the paint because it dries a little bit lighter, kind of chalkier. But it's clay based, and it just hardens so nice. It's really durable. All right, so I did it around the flowers, and now I'm going to keep going. And I would say for your glass, 3 coats, and then you'll have the coat that you use to put on the flowers or molds or whatever one you decide to do. I saw a cute little idea is to take, you could buy the pair of salt and pepper shakers at Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
And do this to them.
Uh-huh.
But you leave the cap on with the holes, and then you make like little fake flowers, or you put floral wire onto like dried flowers, and then put them down in the holes.
How cute.
So it makes its own little like frog, flower frog.
Yeah.
And that's another project, making flower frogs is what we're going to do soon.
Oh.
I was going to try to fit it in today, but I'm like, that's a little much. It's a little too much to try to do all in one day.
Oh.
But we're going to use the air dry clay and make flower frogs for our vases.
All right.
Okay. So I've covered it completely in clear. And then I don't have to wait for it to dry or anything. I'm going to go right in with a different brush with the DIY Paint clear wax. Did we freeze up?
I don't know.
Just want to make sure we're still working. We are. Sorry. I think it's time for me to get a new microphone set. Okay. So let's get into the white wax, and this is going to look really pretty.
Is this a problem? It has little dots.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to stamp right over that. Not a
Right.
problem.
Not a problem.
So I'm just taking a little bit on the smaller stencil brush, and I'm just lightly going right over the flowers. I hear crunching.
He's, I think that's his toy.
Oh, good, good. He finally chose something that's allowed.
Yeah, that's his toy.
Oh, this is cute. Look at that. These molds are just so detailed that they pick up just all the little details, and then when you go over it lightly on top, it just really makes it pop. So I'm actually going to go over the whole thing just really lightly, and then we're going to take, oh, Mom, I forgot to grab a t-shirt. A little piece of t-shirt from our rag box back there. And like we said, since we do have some brush strokes, this white wax will get down in those. It'll look good. And if you have questions on the replay, be sure to ask, and I'll go back and answer those for you. And when we are done later today, I will put the links to these individual products that we use so you guys can see those on the website. Is there any, Mom?
Yeah.
Waylon?
I think I need to cut some up later.
Okay, but he's got...
Now he's got something else.
Okay. I think you need to go up and play, Bob. Yeah, he's chewing up my paintings. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, I love these soft, just white t-shirts, old t-shirts. that we cut up. So then I'm just going to wipe back a little bit of the white wax. And then I will show you guys a close-up. Not going to be too rough because the air dry clay is not quite done. I would say probably 2 or 3 days before it's completely like ready to go. If you happen to wipe too much back, you can add it back in, but it just gives it a nice kind of aged look. What do you think? More or less? Just leave it?
Yeah, it looks cute.
So I don't use pedal pusher much, but I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Why am I not using pedal pusher more?
I
love blue is my thing.
Yeah. Waylon.
Really cute.
I think I'm going to put the dogs.
Okay. Yeah,
Come here,
he's
let's
desperate
go.
to find
Let's go.
anything he can chew. So yeah, and what we'll do, I'm going to actually put some jute around the top of that to finish it off. And I think my hot glue gun is warming up. But, or if you have a tiny, tiny flower frog to set on top of this, that would be cute. I'm excited to make those in one of our upcoming weeks with the air dry clay. All right, so let me grab my hot glue gun. Okay. Do we need a dog babysitter for the live?
Sometimes.
So I told them I was going to finish this off with some jute wrapped around the top. You could use ribbon or nothing at all. Do you want to start painting a different one while I start working, showing them how to make this blue and white look?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Let's use this little cute guy.
Okay.
That was the Hobby Lobby jars. When I was making for Halloween, we made those kind of spooky apothecary jars with decoupage, and I stocked up. I always wait till Hobby Lobby has their 40% off stuff. You know, after well, no, I mean on the regular craft line of stuff, every few weeks it goes on sale. So I just put a dab of hot glue in the front and then wrap it around. These will make cute little gifts, or like if you had to decorate like someone's table favor, like a party favor of their seat.
Cute.
Yeah, and these Mom gave me were just the spice jars from Target, I think.
Yeah, that's where I got
the fancier, not the metal, just the jars. All right, I'm going to trim this up. Put that back on the base, and then we'll get right into how to make this pretty look with DIY paint and stamps. Okay. Of course, you could do that any way you wanted. You could also make a jute bow on the side and glue it on, or not do that at all, or ribbon. All right, so that is how to use the clay molds on glass with DIY paint for some really cute little bud vases. So now let's talk about the color. It's the perfect color, blue iris. You guys use blue iris from DIY paint before? I think Laura painted her cabinets with it.
Oh yeah, she did.
It's a really pretty blue. It's cobalt, but it matches perfectly the shade of blue that's in that blue and white pottery. So we are going to use paint on stamps. So I don't know if you guys have done that. When you think of the IOD stamps, a lot of times you just think about using the ink, but you can use paint with it. And DIY paint pairs really well with the stamps. We're just going to ignore him. All right, so I've tested out some things. That's why I have this plate ready to go. So there is our blue iris paint and the IOD brayer. And I have something on the brayer already.
You want to go wash it?
Nope, that's why I put another brayer over here, because I knew that would probably happen.
You're always ready.
My other brayer. Okay. So, the box that Mom painted white, Okay, this is just like a, I don't know, 5x5 wooden box. I think I got it at Joann's planter box. And make sure I'm not missing any comments. So she's got 3 coats of white paint on this. Now we're going to talk about using Blue Iris with the brayer. And what stamp do we... I think I'm going to use one from, I picked a few of the florals out. One was from the new pastiche set, and one, actually 2 of them were, and then one from Rose Toile. That's an older stamp, Rose Toile. I still have several in stock of this, but I think this will look really, really pretty on this. Okay, so you just want to take the brayer, roll it in your paint, like pour some paint on a plate like this. Actually, I probably suggest using a plate that's not paper. After a while, the paint soaks in and then pulls the paper right up.
Yeah.
So I would suggest using one of our regular plates. I'm just going to switch now.
You want it.
I got this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. These are at Goodwill. They're actually Pioneer Woman, but I found them at Goodwill and they've been perfect paint plates.
Yeah.
And pretty too. So I roll into some of the Blue Iris, and then I'm going to offload. I don't want a bunch of gloppy paint on this. Hi, Rod. And we're going to roll it directly onto the stamp. And I don't want to push really hard. I'm just going to go lightly, and you can really tell where it's going, so that's nice. The thing about using paint instead of the ink is that it has a much shorter open time, which means it's going to dry fast onto your stamp. So you want to be ready to go ahead and put it down. The ink will, if you use ink, it will stay wet longer, so you have a little more time to think about what you're doing. But with the paint, it dries fast. So I don't have too much. Looks like that. The Blue Iris, seriously, is like a perfect match to that blue.
Yes.
I'm going to stand up and lay it down. Once it's down, I don't want to shift. And I, just like I normally do, hold it with one hand and then gently tap on all the rest of the stamp. And before I pull it all the way up, I peek at an edge just to make sure that it's getting onto the spots where I want it. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Ooh, pretty.
Isn't it pretty?
Yes.
It's the perfect blue. I love that. There's also a paint inlay by IOD. It's gonna skip my mind now what it's called.
Sorry.
No, that's not it. It's blue. It's this blue on white, and I cannot think of the name of it. It's a paint inlay. If any of you IOD lovers out there know what I'm talking about, it's the really pretty blue one that I've done. I've used a lot. I love it. But the same indigo color is on there. Okay, I think I'm gonna just put paint on a little bit of this edge and try getting a little bit down in the corner there. Just to fill up a little more space. Yeah, that's nice. Very cool. You could also do this with a tissue, all the tissue boxes we always find at Goodwill.
Yeah.
You could paint it and
then,
do this to it.
Right.
To match whatever your colors are in your bathroom. Alright, they're so fun. There's so much detail in the molds and in the stamps. Just super pretty. So then what I'm going to do is, when this is good and dry, probably tomorrow, I will put a coat of Big Top on it, or might just clear wax it. Clear wax is really my favorite. Big Top makes it a little more durable.
You could put outside or not?
I could put it on a covered porch and it'd be fine with Big Top, yeah. But if it was going out like in actual weather, no, I would put Big Top and then Thompson's Water Seal.
Yeah.
My go-to.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's that. And now I'm going to move to the one this had 3 coats, right?
Yep.
Okay, this one's ready.
Looks like a little wet right there.
Okay, well, I'm just going to do one side.
Okay.
So maybe I'll pick the driest side. I'm going to move that over by you. We'll have to finish that one up.
Okay.
But when you think about using the paint on your stamps, that opens you up to tons more colors to be able to use, right?
Right.
Thanks, Susie. I love it too. Rose Toile. It's one of my favorites. And it comes with a little bit of a dragonfly and a little bit of like font, like text. It's a good one. I'll be sure to put the links to those in the comment section when we're done. I think I want to go a little bit more folksy on this. Like, that kind of looks a little folky to me.
Yeah,
See the flowers on
like
the
it
pot.
almost looks like the toll.
Yeah. So this is not so much like that. That looks just like the stamp that's in the Pennsylvania folk. So let's look into that. And it's got really cute little borders.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. Let's go with this one. Okay. This will be a fun class too.
Yeah.
Pour a little more blue iris onto there. I'll have a little bit of cleanup today.
That's all right.
Again, not too much, excuse me, on the brayer, because then it'll get gloppy onto your stamp. And if you get too much on the stamp, just wipe it off. Try it again. Good morning, Sabrina. How are you doing? We're recreating the blue and white chinoiserie look, the blue and white porcelain, with some blue iris DIY paint and stamps. All right, lay it down, don't shift, push all the way around.
Oh, cute.
Isn't it? Okay, let me do a couple more and then I'll show you guys. There's a couple different sizes of flowers on this, and you know what? The vine would be really cute too.
There's not one that has like a little bee or anything.
There is. There is a set. I didn't pull it, but there is a
okay.
set with the bees. Yeah. I'm going to go, so instead of using this whole vine, I'm just going to paint this tip of it and make it look like it's like leaves coming out of it.
Good idea.
So, yeah. So you're never locked into like using the whole stamp. You can just be careful and put paint on part of it. Be careful not to touch where I just stamped. Yeah, that's cute.
That is cute.
That's cute.
We like that.
Yeah. Okay. Put a couple more little flowers in there. I think they get the idea, but this is fun.
Yeah. Just got to do a few more.
You gotta do a few more. And the thing is with this, if you mess it up and just dry it and paint over it, a couple coats of white, and you're good to go. So you can just keep going, make a hole, fill that up with whatever you want. Yeah, blue iris, really, really good. All right, what do we have on this? So should we do it? Just do one on there and call it. All right. This is a cutie one. Let's see. I feel like we could do rows of this little flower one and just fill up that whole little side with it. The square jars are really cool. Thanks, Sabrina. Yeah, these little square ones were the Hobby Lobby purchases. Back in the back with all their crafting stuff. Get real quiet and concentrate. All right. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I like this when I'm done. Sometimes you got to experiment. It's cute.
Yes, it is.
It's a little pattern. I'm shaking.
It's alright.
Too much coffee, I think. Okay. Oh, yeah. Cute. Okay, I'm going to do one more on the side and then show you guys.
It's cute.
Yeah. If you could do that all the way around.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys. Well, really, wow, that was short. We did a short one again. I guess we had time to make the frogs, but that's okay. We'll save that. We'll save the flower frog project for another week. But okay, guys. Well, let me, in case you joined late, I'll show you the first part. We learned to use the clay on the glass that's painted with DIY paint. So we made the molds and we glued them on. Those will get finished tomorrow. And then when it was adhered really well after a day, we put another coat of pedal pusher on. That's still drying. And then we did clear and white wax. Ended up with that. Cute little bud vase. Okay. I think that's it, right? And our pretty box with the Rose Toile stamp. Fun stuff. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for watching. And if you have any questions at all, let me know. Any of the products you're interested in can be found at aimeemamabearblue.com. All right. I think that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. And we will see you next time. Bye.